thick brush layout around.
Yeah.
Kind of thick.
Yes. Yes. Something is not right with the color. Just 1 minute. I don't know why it changed. Camera changed. Okay, let's see. This works. Again. It's better. All right, that's better. Okay, so cadmium red medium and cadmium red light. So I'm going to take cadmium red light, and because it's more orangey, I'm going to add, it's a bit orangey, I'm going to add cadmium red medium. And last week we started working on this part, the center part. So I'm going to try to work here, and I can see here that the in the reference, the highlight right here is not orangey at all. So I'm increasing the amount of cadmium red medium. Let's see. We'll see when we start. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. It's a round brush.
Only the two colors, right?
Yeah, more of a cadmium red medium than the cadmium red light. All right, so this is what I'm getting now. I'm getting a really strong highlight. And that's not what I want. So what I'm gonna do is take some of the alizarin crimson and introduce it again in here. So I get a soft transition from light to dark. This is what happens with acrylics. When it dries hard and harsh and harsh edges, when it really harsh edge. So introducing alizarin crimson will help to immediately the highlight is softer, soft transition from light to dark because of the alizarin crimson. Perfect. I take alizarin crimson and just put it here. And it's good with the alizarin crimson is transparent. So when I put it on, and if I put it on dark color, it will dry darker. So I'm not going to lose the dark area here. And if I do, I'll just put it back. But I think it's good. It's fine. It's perfect enough highlight. So I'm going to highlight this area a bit too. So I'm going to take now, instead of cadmium red light and cadmium red medium, I'm going to take cadmium red medium and alizarin crimson, because I can see that the highlight here is not strong. It's highlighted, but it's not strong. So let's mix these two together. Crimson and cadmium red medium. And with the round brush, just spread it here softly. That will give me enough highlight, because I can see that strong highlight is from here down more than up. Okay. Now let's highlight this one here. Again, crimson and cadmium red medium. Perfect, there. Wipe my brush. Spread the color, maybe a bit of more alizarin in this area here. Once the color is wet, the paint is wet, it's easy to blend. Okay, that's good. Okay, now I'm gonna try something. This area here is dry, but it's dry. It's dark, but some of the dark color that I used in there, and I can't remember what I used, either black or ultramarine in here, is looking a bit too kind of faded. So I'm glazing it now with just alizarin crimson, just to give it back the punchy, beautiful dark green. Good. Just alizarin. I love alizarin for this because that's what it does. It gives you back this beautiful color, dark, rich, but it doesn't take over because it's transparent. Perfect. It worked very well. Okay. Let's continue highlighting. Let's highlight this one here a little bit more. Before I do all of this area here, you can see it's kind of faded. It's not dark enough. It's not red, dark red. So I'm going to glaze it with alizarin crimson. And when it dries, it will dry perfect. Okay, let's add a bit of cadmium red medium. All right, so I can see this is not enough. Highlight in here. I'm going to take a touch of cadmium red light, mix it with my cadmium red medium. Perfect. And because I have alizarin crimson, it's still wet, I can blend softly from light to dark. My brush is very soft. It's a soft round brush. So it doesn't dig in the paint. It helps using a soft brush. All right, good. Let's start highlighting this area here. So to make it easier, I'm just going to start with Alizarin Crimson Cadmium Red Medium first. I'm just going to spread the color right here. This is kind of to wet the paint, put a wet paint so I can blend my colors. So wet surface. Now I can take Cadmium Red Medium. My brush still has Alizarin Crimson and Cadmium Red Medium. I'm going to take Cadmium Red Light now. I'm just going to spread it here softly so I don't disturb the color underneath, the colors underneath. I'm sorry, I have to turn this around for a minute. More Cadmium Red Light. I'm going to let it dry before I continue if I want to do another layer. Now this is going to be this part now. This is big. Oh, there's a small one here. Okay, Cadmium, Alizarin Crimson, Cadmium Red Medium. Wet it, wet the area. And, because crimson is very transparent, it's not easy to blend without lifting the color. So you just don't push too hard. Now, Cadmium Red Light. All right, good. Good. Okay. This one. Now, again, crimson, Cadmium Red Medium. This is quite, it's a lot of highlight in here. Still, I'm going to wet this area with fresh paint. It helps to use a big brush for big areas. Okay, wet. Now I'm going to take Cadmium Red Light. This is going to be challenging. I'm going to do the first. First, I'm going to do the big area, large. I'm going to need help. This. Flat brush. Okay. Back to my round brush. From time to time, I have to dig my, put my brush in water, wet it, because the paint is drying. I'm going to take this part here is darker. So I'm going to put a bit more alizarin crimson in here, just to keep it in that dark area in there. So this is good. Good. All right. Good. Now I'm going to highlight with the wide brush. This is a bright. Right. I'm going to highlight this one down here. So this one down here is highlighted, but it's not strong. So I'm going to start again with alizarin and cadmium red medium. I'm going to try not to go in too much because I like that dark in there. Tiny bit of cadmium red light in this area here. Again. This is the alizarin. So as soon as I get to this part, I start adding alizarin crimson to blend it. And this right here where it's highlighted, I'm using cadmium red light. But because alizarin crimson is wet, it blends in with the cadmium red light, and cadmium red light is not, then it's like, it's subdued. It's not that strong. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Let's keep the ones at the bottom dark. So just maybe alizarin crimson and cadmium red medium down here. Just to clean up. Hint of red. And over here too. This needs one more layer, this part here, but that's okay. I'll wait for it to dry, and this part needs one more layer right here. I'll just wait for them to dry, because if I touch it right now, I'm gonna, for sure, it's gonna lift. Okay, meanwhile, this is drying. I take a small round brush, maybe this one. Let's try this one. Cadmium red light. I'm just gonna clean up a bit. All right. Okay, water drop or water dew. With water drops, they're transparent, so it's not like the light goes through the water drops differently than when there is an opaque object. So a vase, let's say, because it's opaque, it's not transparent, the light hits the vase on one side and it stops there. But with the water drop, it hits the water drop and it comes out from the other side. Okay, so where the light hits, it's dark. Where the light comes out, it's light. It's opposite, opaque. With the opaque object, where the light hits, it's light, and the other side is dark. This is opposite. So the first thing I'm going to do is, first of all, take alizarin crimson, and I'm going to take, first of all, we're going to determine where the light is coming from left, from here. So this means this water drop is going to cast a shadow right on this side where the light is coming out. So we're going to have a shadow, dark here. I'm using black and alizarin crimson. I'm just going to put a bit of black closer to the drop, water drop, the actual one. Now I'm going to take alizarin crimson, cadmium red medium, and the first thing I want to do is wet this area here. wet it. And we said where the light comes in, hits, it's dark. Where it comes out, it's light. So I'm going to take cadmium red light and paint this side lighter,
Oh.
the other way round. Okay. So now because I put a wet color paint over this area, all over, my blending is easy. So I'm going to now take more cadmium red light and I'm going to enhance the highlight in here. The thing is, just with water drops is the transition or the soft blending from dark to light. Now I'm going to go back and take alizarin crimson with cadmium red light, cadmium red medium, and come back here. And then again, cadmium red light, push this up a bit and blend softly. Okay. I'm just gonna fix the shape of this water drop using the shadow. And there we go. Jewelry is the same idea. You usually, painting a ruby or painting a emerald, or it's the same idea. Now I'm going to use white. That's my white. And white is pure white, is where the light hits. Well, there you go. That's it.
That's
We can
it.
make as many as we want. Yeah, that's it.